Welcome to the Golden Experience, and today I have on Celia Alacarz. She is in business, flower bar, and she is also a realtor here at Elegant Homes Realty. Could you imagine that? Another realtor on the show. However, but she is a business owner. Her family owns the flower bar. First of all, where are you from? Who are you with? Tell us a little bit about you.
I am from the area of Salem Township, which is where Flower Bar is now.
Okay.
I am married.
With kids?
No kids.
Okay.
But a dog and 2 cats.
Kids.
The best kind. And yeah, I grew up in Salem Township, and now I live in Livonia with my husband.
Okay.
And our kids.
And your kids. The 2 dogs and 1 cat? Or
1 dog, 2 cats.
1 dog, 2 cats, whatever. They're all the same thing, right? No?
Uh-huh.
What's the difference between cats and dogs, real quickly?
Well, I basically have 1 dog, 1 cat, and then 1 cat that thinks they're a dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave. There's some
She thinks she's a dog.
transanimalism going on there.
Yeah. She acts more like a dog than the dog does.
All right. So the flower bar. And the flower bar is in Salem. What's the address to the flower bar so that people can go and check you out?
It's 5241 North Territorial. It's technically Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Gotcha.
105 because Salem Township doesn't have its own mailing address.
All right. And you can find the flower bar information on Facebook under the flower bar.
And Instagram.
The flower bar. So what had your family, what motivated you guys to start this flower bar thing?
So my dad used to own an automotive business in Detroit that my grandpa created, and he ran that business. Then the recession hit.
Yes.
So he sold the business, and they have always been entrepreneurs, so they kind of bounced around a few different ideas. But my mom always had tons of gardens. We grew up on acreage, and she's like a master gardener, although she'll never tell you. And she used to work at a florist, so we were thinking of opening. The building actually used to be this woman that lived there and sold flowers out of it, and everyone in the community knew her. So when it was vacant, we kind of wanted to recreate that. But then as we were building it, because it took us 3 years to open, we decided that we needed more than just flowers. We needed, it's a very rural area. So we just put together everything that we wanted, that we would want since we grew up right down the street.
Okay. So you have coffee?
We have coffee from Saugatuck, Michigan, Uncommon Coffee Roasters. We have local baked goods from Cantoro's Italian Market and Westmaco in Livonia. And we have lots of little gifts and all kinds of fun stuff.
So what are some of your biggest sellers?
Coffee is our main thing.
Okay.
We sell a lot of coffee, a lot of pastries, but then on the weekends we sell a lot of bouquets. We do so the name Flower Bar is like a salad bar where you can make your own bouquet.
I see.
So then, and we wrapped all the bouquets in burlap, and then you kind of get to make what you want.
Wow. That's interesting. So you go in and a la carte type of thing. So I imagine, I'm not a big flower understander type of get it guy. I need those for her and for my wife.
Right.
Can you package those up and give it to me? So I imagine that flowers would have some seasonal type thing. So what's in season right now at your store?
So we get all of our flowers from a local wholesaler, but they ship in from Ecuador and a lot of
Ecuadorian flowers.
Yeah, so all over the world, a lot of South America. So we kind of always have the same things in season, but then during the summer we'll work with local growers to bring in cosmos and dahlias and things that are in season in Michigan during the summer and the fall. Now,
do you consult and help men to come in and buy flowers for their wife?
Yes. Normally men just come in and they say, I want $20, put something together. And that's most of our bouquets, honestly.
Right. Well, that is sweet. And who do you run that with? Who's there?
So me and my parents are the main 3 people that work there and run the business. My aunt comes in and helps a lot too and works a couple days a week. And then my siblings kind of filter in and out.
Gotcha.
As they do.
All right. Oh, you're in real estate too. Imagine that.
Crazy. We're everywhere.
So, and how long have you been doing real estate?
Just over a year now.
A year. Oh. Um, what is some of the craziest things you've encountered when in doing real estate?
Well, I have quite a few, honestly, in my short time in this market. But recently, I showed up to meet a new buyer, and they were basically teenagers, and
Nice.
it was just wonderful. I had a great time.
Teenage. All right, all right. Coming straight from school, got to get that house, that hot house.
Oh yes, 100%.
That hot crib.
Yes.
Oh, that is hilarious. That's funny. What are some of the pleasurable things? Some of the things that you enjoy so far in doing it?
I've worked with a lot of friends and family, and that is really rewarding. I know when my husband and I bought our house, it's a big process, especially for first-time home buyers, which I work with a lot. And I just think it's so exciting. Like, when we bought our house, I was like, who is letting me do this? Who's letting me own a whole house?
Me, right.
Right? Like, still, sometimes I'm like, do you know that this is our house? Like, do we know this?
Right. Y'all, you're going to let me get this thing?
Right. So I just think it's such, like, to have your own house, and, like, just the simplest things. Like, when we bought ours, I was like, we can just buy whatever couch we want. Like, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And I just think that's so cool, like, just getting to experience that and having people, especially people that, like, and love and you build relationships with. It's so cool to see, like, their excitement. And even though there's always bumps in the road, it just is so worth it at the end of the day. And especially when people get frustrated and they don't get the home that they really want, and then they end up with something and they are so thankful that they didn't end up with the one that they thought they wanted originally, is just so rewarding.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to tell the people?
I don't think so. Probably not. I can't think of anything.
No.
You caught me off guard?
No, there's no catching Celia off guard. Absolutely.
Like, I'm always caught off guard, honestly.
Them teenagers.
Yeah, caught me off guard. Or me and Lauren trespassing once accidentally. That was fun.
Nice. Well, hold on. What do you mean you trespassing? I'm gonna have to get Lolo in here.
Yeah. Oh, we straight up. It was her showing, so she technically trespassed, and I was just with her, but it was atrocious.
What happened?
So when we first started, we both started at the same time.
Yeah.
I took her out one day, and I was like, we're gonna go just view houses. And so I took her out one day. Everything was all hunky dory. And then she took me out one day, and so she, like, booked all the appointments and things. So we went to a house in South Lyon, and we pulled up on the street, and it was, like, big lots, and it was, like, very wooded kind of neighborhood. And there were two houses. All the houses were different. And we pulled up to the one with the for sale sign in it, like, in the yard. Reasonably so.
Right.
And that house looked the same, like, had the same architecture as the one next door. So we're like, Lauren pays way more attention to, like, all the little minute details. I'm like, flying by the seat of my pants half the time. And she was like, I feel like it was a different company that had the sign there. And I was like, yeah, but, sometimes agents don't change their names, like, on MLS, whatever. And so it was a Sentry Lock. So we, like, go up, and I'm like, why are there, like, I don't know. It was just, we were, like, both like, this is weird. So we open the Sentry Lock. We go inside the house, and there's, like, a bunch of animals in their cages. They were in their cages, but and I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for I'm instantly like, are you guys okay? And it was, like, super dark in the house. All the doors were closed, like, all the bedroom doors, all the bathroom doors. Which later on, I was like, why? All your animals were in cages, whatever. So we're walking through, and I'm, like, scared. I was like, I don't know. I don't have a good feeling about this. And I was like, I don't want to open these bedroom doors. I'm freaked out. And, like, there was stuff everywhere. Like, it was not ready to have a showing.
Right.
And we're like, I opened the basement doors, like, pitch black. I was like, I'm leaving. I am leaving this house. We're leaving. So then we go and head to another house, and Lauren is, like, on the phone in the car behind me. And I get to the next meeting. She goes, this agent just called and, like, started yelling at me. It was like, you trespassed. That house is under contract. And we're like, what? Well, then why did it let us in? We're brand new agents. And so it turns out the house next door, next door house that looks the same, only houses on the street that look the same, is the one for sale. And the one next door just still had the sign. but that one didn't have a sign. So we didn't even think twice because we're dumb, apparently.
What about the address? Oh, don't worry about address. Just roll up.
Well, I was following Lauren. I'm taking
listen. Following Lauren,
and
right?
the agent like called and started like yelling at Lauren, was like, "I'm gonna get your license taken away." Blah blah blah. Luckily, the broker we were at then was like knew that agent and called and like calmed him down.
Yeah.
And then turns out another agent did the exact same thing that day, like later that night. But we were like, I was like, I'm so glad that was you and not me. It was atrocious.
Wow. Well, I thank you for being on the Golden Experience. That was not too bad. It wasn't bad, was it?
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, it was great. So again, thank you for watching the Golden Experience. This has been sponsored by, once again, Blind Lion. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.